Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back in this thing like cook crack in this thing. It's your boy, Cinco Band's the man, trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan, and I can't do it without you. Man, look, today, there's been a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit going on. I didn't really have a thumbnail today. I really wasn't gonna um get on live today, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm watching shit, content and shit. I'm like, man, I can't do this without gang. I can't react without gang. So I couldn't even watch this without y'all. So I just want y'all to know it's love for sure, man. Sooner or later, I'm gonna feel the love back. You feel me? Pause. But it's love on my behalf. For everybody there on Twitch, salute. Thank y'all for joining in. You know what I'm saying? If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. Welcome. And I'm gonna shut the hell up and we gonna watch this video and see what goes on. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. You are now rocking with the most valuable podcast. Yes, sir. I'm your host with the most, coming straight from the West Coast. Cinco Band's the man. Trying to get 100 grand.
It's only 11 a.m. right now, but today is already the most shocking day in media this year so far. We just got news about 30 minutes ago. Multiple updates about a minute apart that has shaken up the year. Shannon Sharpe has been officially fired by ESPN, and Gilbert Arenas just got arrested by the feds, and he's facing 15 years in prison. Now, let's tackle the Shannon Sharpe news because that's a little less shocking and more predictable, and then we'll get to this Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, shit. Hold up. What? Shannon has been officially what? Oh, man. This is wild. This one right here, wow, boy. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I be trying to do too much, man. I'm trying to clip shit while I'm doing shit, man. You can't. Hey, listen. The show don't stop, baby. The show don't stop. I do everything myself.
Madness. With the help of the ultimate ambulance chaser Tony Busby, an OF model in her 20s, sued a 50-plus-year-old Shannon Sharpe for grape and related abuse, what she would say occurred in their 2-year relationship. Now, Shannon Sharpe initially came out and said he's innocent, he's going to fight this tooth and nail, this is an extortion ploy. He really took a stance that a lot of men appreciate. Because regardless if you have Shannon Sharpe money or not, it just leaves a bad taste in any man's mouth who watch a woman engage in consensual relations for 2 years and then wakes up one day and say, I'm going to sue this man for $50 million. It just doesn't make sense. And then messages got released where she's telling him to pay $25,000 for each cheek, allegedly after the quote-unquote grape and violations happened. It just screamed like an extortion ploy. And Shannon Sharpe took a stance that we thought he was going to stick to, but he didn't.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Shortly after this announcement, it was revealed that Shannon Sharpe was taking a hiatus away from ESPN and that he will be back at the start of the football season. So Shannon Sharpe said this was mutually agreed upon that
Hey, chat.
he wanted
Hey, gang. This is what we was talking about. He said he was going to maneuver and be back in before the season started. And it was starting to look like he was about to do that. He settled the case and everything. So, oh man. It flipped on him. It totally flipped on him.
to take a step back from ESPN to focus on this, and he'll be back. And they all assured that he did not get fired, that he was still a part of the ESPN team, and we still love Shannon Sharpe. But behind the scenes, there are rumblings that, man, after like this chick released audio of apparently Shannon Sharpe saying he would choke her, apparently this was something that her and Shannon Sharpe did. It was some role play stuff. But once she released the audio out of context, ESPN said, bro, this is just too messy, man. And there was rumblings that Shannon Sharpe was done at ESPN for good. But they would still maintain the fact that Shannon Sharpe was going to be back at the start of football season. Well, preseason has started. Shannon Sharpe hasn't been back at ESPN. So while people were trying to figure that out, we got a bombshell that got released that made everybody look at Shannon Sharpe a little crazy. So we got word that Shannon Sharpe and the accuser reached a settlement. Right? And this came after like a week after we got reports that the court date that was scheduled for Shannon Sharpe and the accuser to have their first day in court, none of like the parties showed up. Like Shannon Sharpe and his attorneys never showed up, and Tony Busby and Gabby never showed up. So that was strange. So I guess a settlement was reached like a week before. So the first question is, come on, bruh. A settlement? Shannon Sharpe offered this chick $10 million apparently before they came forward. So if they rejected $10 million, can you imagine what they settled for? And that's before we got reports on exactly what the amount was. Tony Busby actually released a statement after the news of the settlement got released. And he said both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolutions. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. Yo, when you put language like that, man, you know you content, bro. You satisfied. You good with what the outcome is. And then after Tony Busby said this, to make matters worse for Shannon Sharpe in the eyes of the public, Gabby released a statement of her own. And this statement really pissed men off everywhere, bro. I'm talking about boiled the blood of men everywhere. A statement like this really makes me despise Shannon Sharpe. Gabby released a statement letting the world know she is officially retired after the settlement. So Gabrielle Zuniga wrote a statement. Now, she didn't address the fact that, she pushed Shannon Sharpe through hell. She just says, today, I have decided to retire from OFs. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for this new chapter. I love you all forever and ever. And the reason why this pissed off a lot of men, because the very thought that degeneracy, like lies. Now, if Shannon Sharpe settled, maybe she wasn't lying. But the very thought that this woman lied, used degeneracy, used hoeing to a retirement at 23 years old, That pissed off a lot of men, bro. And it made me look at Shannon Sharpe a little crazy, bro. Because from his first message, I thought he was for the cause. I thought Shannon Sharpe was going to ride us out. But then reports came out that Shannon Sharpe settled for $23 million. He put $23 million in his woman's pockets. That right there just pissed me off to the point where, I can't even look at Shannon Sharpe the same. I haven't watched a Shannon Sharpe nightcap episode since. I haven't watched a Shannon Sharpe interview since. I can't even look at that man the same, bro. You retired a 23-year-old scallywag. She won't ever have to work again for the rest of her life. And you only got to clap cheeks for a year and a half? And half of that, you was paying for the cheeks because we seen the messages. She's telling you $25K a cheek. Bro, I despise you, man. And ESPN was apparently as disgusted as the rest of us because ESPN announced this morning they're done with Shannon Sharpe. He's fired. They have parted ways. Now, this was not like an amicable statement. This was not like the previous statement. We have mutually decided to put. No, he's fired. We have let him go. Sports Illustrated confirmed the news that Shannon Sharpe was fired by Andrew Marchand. Now, there was no talks of a settlement of a buyout because when he left, he got fired from Fox. There was a buyout. Fox paid out the rest of his salary. But with ESPN, they had every right to fire Shannon Sharpe. I believe there's some type of moral clause. So Shannon Sharpe was hoping, that he could probably have them buy out some of his contract. If let's say Shannon Sharpe contract was 5 years, $25 million, and this is like the first year, and he was still owed, let's say, $20 million. Well, they would have had to buy out Shannon Sharpe for the $20 million if they just wanted him to go away. But when you fire Shannon Sharpe for violating like your rules, you don't have to pay him out nothing. And that's what it looks like. Now, Shannon Sharpe was in the works of a $100 million podcast deal before this lawsuit. I don't know if that podcast deal is still on the table, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know, bro. All right. Whoever was about to sign Shannon Sharpe, they got all the leverage. Right? Now they can throw Shannon Sharpe probably 50 of this. $50 million is still a blessing, especially after paying Gabby Zanuga $23 million.
Yeah, breaking news, having just learned former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested. He and 5 others are accused of operating an illegal gambling business. The Department of Justice says they had high-stakes poker games at Arenas' Encino mansion. Arenas is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. He's expected to appear in court this afternoon in downtown LA. We will continue to follow this story throughout the day here on Eyewitness News.
The headline for this Gilbert Arenas arrest made this situation.
You can't even play poker at your house. Just because he a millionaire and his friends is millionaires, they playing poker at the house. What are you talking about? How in the hell is he going to jail for this? This is crazy. My bad, y'all. This is crazy.
Sound even crazier than what it already is. It's already crazy Gilbert Arenas is being arrested by the feds. But to say that Gilbert Arenas is being arrested by the feds and his co-defendant is somebody tied to an organized crime organization in Israel, it's crazy. Bro, what type of stuff are you getting into, sir? So the official headline is a former NBA star Gilbert Arenas, a suspected Israeli crime figure, were arrested today on federal indictment alleging they operate an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas owned. My biggest question whenever I get news like one of these multi-super rich millionaires dudes are involved in organized crime, it's like, why? Was there a financial incentive here? You're Gilbert Arenas. Bro, your podcast make $1 million a month. You probably got about 20 or 30 M's.
Call it what they want, stupid.
Leftover from the NBA alone. Your son about to be, well, he's been injured, but your son might just be a lottery pick in the NBA. So you good in that regards. Your other son looking like he's going to be a lottery pick in the NBA as well if he grows a couple more inches. Bro, you set for life. You don't need the extra money from crime. You just don't. So when I read exactly what took place and I read the indictment, Gilbert Arenas himself never participated in the high-stake poker games or the illegal gambling. Gilbert Arenas was sitting at the top of the food chain because he owned the mansion and he rented out the mansion and he got a portion of the proceeds. So if this is an international crime boss who's running this, and this is high stakes poker, we're talking about millions of dollars on a daily basis is coming in and out of that mansion. And Gilbert Arenas got a cut of it. First thing I noticed, none of this dude's like co-defendants got English names, homie. All his co-defendants, man, Yagivani Grossman, Ivajani Tokofakasisk, Alan Australia, Johan Cohen. Oh, no. We know what this is, homie. Ivakan. So all his co-defendants are from Israel. Israelis, okay? So the indictment says former NBA star Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group, were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stake poker games were played at an Encino mansion Gilbert Arenas owned. Now, it says that Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero of Woodland Hills, is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal prosecutors. Now, each one of these charges got a maximum of 5 years. So he's facing 15 years maximum, okay? He is scheduled to make, so right now he's still in custody, by the way. So he's scheduled to make his initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon. Now, when you, scroll down and you read this, Gilbert Arenas never really gambled, but he was getting proceeds from the illegal operation that was going on in his mansion. And these people were operating this like a legal casino. You would think if this was illegal and not allowed and something that faced this much of severe punishment, you would think that these people wouldn't be operating this as flamboyantly as they were. So, according to the indictment, on July 15th and until today, from September 2021 to July 2022, Gresham, Arenas, and other defendants operated an illegal gambling business. Arenas, this is his role in it. He rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purpose of hosting high-stake illegal poker games at Arenas' direction.
Oh, that's crazy.
Now,
hold up. I knew it. When he said it, I fucking knew it. Gilbert got way too much money. Gilbert got way too much broccoli. Gilbert got way too much chili. The man was just renting his house out. People do it all the time. Airbnb, Rick Ross, they shot Coming to America 2 at Rick Ross' house. People do it all the time. What do you mean because I rented my house out? I didn't know these niggas was finna do that. I had no recollection of what they were doing once I sold the rental. It's strictly in their possession. I had no recollection. What are you talking about? How are you charging me with 3 counts of anything that carry 5 years each when I was just plainly renting out my residence? It is not illegal to rent out your residence, especially if you own it. What do you mean? It might be illegal if you're renting, but if you own it, stop playing. Swear to God on my mama, stop playing. Swear to God on my mama, stop playing. They doing too much. The federales just coming after anything. They doing too much. He got way too much money. He was the first NBA player to get 100 M's. One of the first. 100 M's. He got too much fettuccine. Too much chili. Too much broccoli.
they're claiming that Arenas was the one at the top. Now, I don't think that Gilbert Arenas is bossing around a transnational crime boss, but they claim that Gilbert Arenas directed Arthur and West Hollywood staged the mansion to host the games, found co-conspirators to host the games, and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Gilbert Arenas' behalf. So, now, I'll be real. This is worse than I thought. This is worse than I thought. I was thinking that these dudes approached Gilbert Arenas and said, hey, bro, we want to host high-stake poker games here. Can we rent out the mansion and we'll give you a fee? They're saying, nah, Gilbert Arenas came up with this idea on his own. Yo, hold on, man. But we can have multi-million-dollar deals going on in this mansion that I don't use, and they can just pay me. Oh, no. So Gilbert Arenas is who sought out the crime bosses. This is crazy. Okay? So it goes on.
Man,
Gresham,
right.
Tavakashaki, Austria, and Cohen managed illegal pot limit Omaha poker games, among other illegal games at the Encino Mansion, and collected a rake. It's a fee the house charged from each pot, either a percentage or a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. They also hired young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, offered companionship to the poker players. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Ooh-wee.
They got trafficking included in this? The women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from working the games. So understand what's happening here, bro. A tax from working the games. They were offering companionship. Man, bro, they was selling coochie in there, bro. Hold on, bro. Illegal. Oh, Gilbert, you messed up, bro. Gilbert, nah, bro. Nah, bro. This is, bro. You had like a Diddy party mixed with an Italian mob style. Nah, this is crazy, bro. So chefs, valets, and armed security guards also were hired to staff these illegal poker games. Kershaw worked as a chip runner in which to track player wins and losses, distributed poker chips to players, and pay employees. Can you imagine being a police, right? And you just driving by one day, not really understanding what's going on. You just driving by doing your routine shift run. And you see armed security outside, you see Bugattis and Rolls Royces being valeted. You see girls walking in like poker uniforms. You're asking yourself, wait, what's going on here? Now, it's unclear exactly how they got caught. I guess we'll find out once the indictment gets uploaded. But this is bad, man. This is bad. And Gilbert Arenas was just on a podcast making fun of Malik Beasley and his illegally gambling situation. Yo, gambling is whooping y'all behinds, man. Y'all got to give it up at this point, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about these two stories? And yo, should I start doing more videos where I combine two stories? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out how Black Twitter just ended this dude's career and made him quit the internet after this particular post. Click on this video right here.
Hey, gang. That's crazy. That Gilbert Arenas is crazy. I hope that man ain't do that, dog. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. You are now tuning into the most valuable podcast. It's your boy Cinco Bands, the man, trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan, and I can't do it without you. You tuning into the most valuable podcast. Yes. Now we cruising these YouTube streets. Let's see what's popping. You know it's always something. It's always something in these YouTube screenings. You feel me? What have we stumbled upon today? They got us in the Matrix. We are in the Matrix, people. And you know why we're in the Matrix? We hit that like. We hit that subscribe. We let them know we in here. How y'all feel about that last segment? That Gilbert Arenas. That Shannon Sharpe crazy too. With that Gilbert, man. That Gilbert wow. That Gilbert wow, boy. God damn, why are we still in the Matrix?
I'm kinda hot right now. I'm kinda hot. I'm kinda hot right now. I'm kinda hot right now. Before we start, I must make this public service announcement and disclaimer. Hey, Patty Cam! We need you. In company with my dog, Patty! What's good, bud? Yeah! Come on now. Here we go. 4th and 1 hot take of the week. Peggy, what do we have here?
Boy, you're hot right now. All right, here we are. We hot at 4th and 1 where you got the job done. You done had some responses, all right, Ryan Clark?
All right, yo, now, this is going too far. Cam became the centerpiece of a conversation that should have been about Jalen Hurts' excellence. But instead of debating if Jalen was in the top...
Okay. And let this be known. There's never beef here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Gilbert don't need that money. He made 100 M's in the NBA. He don't need that. I think he was renting it out to some cats that was doing some shit.
Dove, man, plus
When he found out,
care, whole body DO protects you everywhere. Everywhere.
deep. But we gonna keep this thing moving. Shout out to the chat, man. We nothing without y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just talking through microphones. There's not going to be any type of physical altercations. There's not going to be nothing outside of great content that is extremely entertaining. I respect what my constituent Ryan Clark has and had to say, but a point had to be made. Moving right along, because Petty Cam is pending.
Since he spoke out, Shannon also spoke out on the Ryan Clark.
Okay, so he'll punch his throne. Let me see what RC gonna throw. You ain't throw
Okay,
like I thought you were gonna throw.
Pause right there.
Because this is where we all have to understand. It's all entertainment. Ain't no quarrel. Ain't no beef. Ain't no bad blood between me or nobody.
Nobody.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we're just talking through mics. Make sports talk debate again. This is all the debate. And in any type of court of law, when you have two people that's trying to represent their client and trying to also bring up obvious evidence to defame the specific individual, points will be made, points will be taken. But you got to leave it up to the jury.
Got to.
So I don't want nobody to think that there's bad blood between me or anybody, especially not Ryan Clark. Man, we've texted back and forth over these 2 weeks, and I told him, I am here to challenge your sports debate. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But what's not going to be allowed here, you can't play with me. Playing with me is trying to compare and contrast personal data, not the data that was verbalized.
Not your take.
Yeah. You taking shots at tight ass jeans.
Oh, well, we ain't got there yet.
No, we ain't
got there.
because Petty Cam is pending.
Yeah.
Here we go. Keep going.
All right, here we go. Next up, we got your own teammate, Greg Olsen.
What goes through your mind when you see Cam Newton double clutch on that fumble?
You know, I think to the outside world, and I mean this sincerely, this is not me covering for Cam. Of every guy I've ever played with, if there was ever a guy that you did not have to question his physicality,
But they
his
know that,
toughness, his
Peggy. We good.
competitiveness,
All right.
We good.
So now we talking
good.
about the man that said the tight
We
jean
good.
wearing, bow tie
The moment
jersey
that we
wearing.
all been waiting for.
You know?
Hey, good day, Cam Newton. I seen you came at me because I said Jalen Hurts did what you couldn't do. That was win a Super Bowl.
Press pause right there. Let me make this abundantly clear. There will not be no playing with my name. Mm-hmm. There will not be no playing with my career. This is all entertainment here. You did it.
Not be no playing with
Now it's time for me to do it. But what I'm going to do, I'm not going to speak in excessive verbiage or, describing you. I'm just going to speak facts. Keep playing the video and my point will be made.
All in your feelings. Man, shut your tight jean wearing ass up, man. You had on a jersey with a bow tie, you corny ass nigga. Get out of here, nigga. You will never be able to f with Jalen Hurts, nigga. You super goofy, corny ass nigga. Get out of here, nigga.
Okay, right there. I know why you in your feelings, Gilly.
Why you in his feelings, Cam?
Was it the album comment?
That kind of struck a nerve.
Where I'm from, Gilly, we rap and we twist. I don't know how to be the bigger person. Wise words was told to me. They say, when you go low, hell, I go to hell. You dig what I'm saying? And that's where I'm about to go. So let's bring up your actual facts and your actual stats. Gilly, when I'm looking at your rap career, as people will know you to be, they know Cam as a football player, now hot podcaster, content creator. Gilly did not chart any solo singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Philadelphia didn't do no numbers? Dang. It's all right. Former member of Major Figures. All right. Bass rap group late 90s and early 2000s. Where was Cam? I was like in middle school. All right. Then there was this beef between you and Wheezy Baby. And there's so much to be said here. And we've known you to do a lot of things, but one thing that I ain't never known you to be or do, Gilly, you ain't never been great at nothing. But he has, though.
What?
The only great thing that Gilly does and has done, he's a great mascot. Big hat, dancing around, yeah, getting them going. Mascot, glorified mascot. When I pull up your rap career, there's not anything great there. When I pull up anything about Gilly, very skeptical, very questionable career. Therefore, which makes it, how did Gilly get into this content creating arena?
Yeah.
He had to do this. I'm just enjoying doing this. Gilly, let's understand here. I really have real money. Buddy, relax, okay?
He said, buddy.
Now, with that being said, you said that you could buy me, and I'm a little boy in this space.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
He did say that.
Gilly, we all know about content creating is you can be hot today and not tomorrow. Similar to your rap. Well, we can't relate on a lot of things. The thing that we can relate is that you are a great mascot.
That's on Philadelphia.
Philadelphia? An album.
Yeah.
That flopped. And if it wasn't for Wallow,
He going low. Y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe. You rocking with the best, most valuable podcast. Hey, it's getting spicy, y'all. It's getting spicy. It is getting spicy. He bringing a wallow. It's getting spicy, y'all. Why are we in the Matrix?
I just MailChimp my marketing with AI to create a personalized campaign in minutes.
Come on, Cal. You was just starting to cook, my boy. Back it up a little bit. That'll get us right. Get us right. That'll get us right. We back.
Are a great mascot.
That's on Philadelphia.
Gilbert